Okay, it is a true crafting day today because Valentine's Day is coming up, and I actually really feel like there is no craftier holiday than Valentine's Day. And some of you might be like, Christmas is pretty dang crafty, but yes. However, Valentine's Day is like meant to be handmade. You know what I mean? Like your Valentines are meant to be handmade. Your gifts, in my opinion, are meant to be handmade. And earlier this week, I thrifted this book for my girls. It's Fancy Nancy. If you have kids, you might have seen Fancy Nancy before, and like, it's good stuff. But I thrifted this book not knowing that it was going to completely inspire what I want to do for my Valentine's Day crafts. And I'm going to talk about why. But today we're going to make Fancy Nancy inspired Valentine's Day crafty chocolate box Valentines. It's a working title. Okay, so like I said, this is the book. And when I started reading this to my daughters, I immediately was like, I need to do something along these lines for Valentine's Day. So basically it's a book about her at Valentine's Day and how Valentine's Day is fancy, and she gets a Valentine from someone and is trying to figure out where it came from. But just looking through the pictures, immediately I was like, that looks fun. Can you guys see that? It's a box of chocolates, but it's got like, it's crafted. It looks crafted. It's got like a paper scallop around the edge. And then I kept going and like, look at this page. They're just sitting at a table with craft supplies, just like this, and making Valentines. And they're like those old school, like the classic Valentine you think of, right? Where they're heart shaped and they have like doilies on them and glitter and sparkles and all sorts of stuff. And I remember making these as a kid. And so that's what inspired me immediately. I was like, A, the box of chocolates, and B, the heart-shaped Valentines with like, that are like, they're so extra, you know? They're like, they have so much stuff on them. And so I kept flipping through the book and I just kept getting more and more inspired to do that kind of project. And then at the very end, you see the chocolate box and the Valentine. And I was like, I need to put those two things together. So I went to the store. I bought a heart-shaped box of chocolates. It's impossible for me to not eat one of these, but I'm gonna try my best. So I bought a heart-shaped box of chocolates, but the top of it is, it's not great. And then I went to Michael's and I just filled my cart with like all the most extra Valentine's Day stuff. I've got Valentine's ribbons. I've got Valentine's hearts. Oh, these, I actually was at a restaurant recently and there was one on my plate. And so when the server came back, I was like, do you have those in the kitchen? Can I have a stack of them? So she brought me these doilies. And then more at Michael's, they had like all these. These are actually cut already into heart shapes. And they're just your paper. I grabbed my beads. I've got some bows, some pearls, like all sorts of stuff. So I just filled my cart with the most extra seeming craft supplies for Valentine's Day. And I'm just gonna jump right into it and decorate this box. The other thing that I'm gonna say is that I'm in charge of our Valentine's Day craft this year. I mean, every year, of course. And I love that. So this is kind of my test for it. And I know it's gonna work, but I just kind of wanna like see how long it takes me, plan out which supplies are the best and stuff like that. So basically just come with me as I experiment with this. So the first thing I was thinking that I definitely know I want to do is that I want to do the little scalloped edge on the box like that. And I'm not going to do it like hers is on the inside of the box. It would be like around this edge. And I actually am not confident that I want to do it that way. Just because this is like a weird plastic and I don't want to mess with the inside of the box. But I know I want to do a scalloped edge like that. So I think I'm just gonna take some of this pink paper. So I think I want it to be that light pink, I think. It's interesting because normally I will like sit and plan out a craft before I jump in and do stuff. But I feel like for this one specifically, the more like on the fly it is, the better it's actually gonna look, because we want it to look really extra and really just like kitschy. I guess kitschy is probably the word. So I'm gonna use a pencil to mark out the shape of this box so that I can draw the scallops on. And how is this gonna work? I'm gonna have to do them like this. And I could just probably jump in with my scissors and do this. I'll just doodle them in. And I'm gonna, again, not think about making them too perfect. That's pretty good. So, just cut these out. And I'm not worrying about the pencil because I'm just gonna turn it upside down and use the other side when I put it on the box. Those chocolates being open right now smell so good. I'm gonna just go ahead and put the top back on because it's actually kind of crazy how strong those smell. Okay, while I'm working away on this, I would love to know from all of you, what is your Valentine's craft this year? Or, I mean, maybe some of you, it'll be this because we're working on it together, but did you have any other Valentine's craft plans? I feel like crafty people like always have some craft ideas for Valentine's. I spread those ones out a little at the top, hoping that they will make it look a little more heart-shaped and not just like an evened out circle. Okay, I have my scallops. So those are gonna be my first layer. And you know what? For the sake of being imperfect with it, I'm just gonna go ahead and glue it all right on. And I'm gonna put the glue on the box. This is a tape runner, glue runner, AKA one of my very favorite must-have craft supplies. I find it so much easier than glue when it makes sense to do that. Sometimes you just need glue, but okay. There we go. Step one. Doesn't really look like a heart right now, but I think it will in a little bit. Now I think I want to put one of these shapes on it. So let me pick which paper I like. Ooh, that one's cute. That's pretty classic Valentine's. I don't know that I want stripes. Ooh, that one's cute too. Not cherries. Ooh, I like that one. My heart is screaming that one. That one's cute. No, I think it's this one. It's these stripes. Okay, let's get these out. I don't really know how to rip this without actually ripping it. No, I guess it'll work. Okay. What would be magical is if this is actually just the right size, but I don't think it will be. I think I'll have to cut it a bit. How can I do this? I guess I can try and place this on here. No, I don't know. Okay, I shouldn't have glued that on. That was silly of me. I think I'm just gonna cut it smaller and kind of go from there. Just follow the edge of it and see what happens. No overthinking on a Valentine's craft. It's just supposed to be fun. Again, I'm like yelling all these things at myself, but practicing for when I inevitably am with my friends and everyone's overthinking. Okay, that's pretty cute. I wish that the scallops lined up into here, to be honest, but I don't think I can do that. So I'll just have to like put something else here and that's gonna be fine. So let's tape this on. Okay. Cute. Okay, I've got my basic shape and my basic heart. Now what do I want to do? I've got some foil hearts. I have some ribbon. I don't think the ribbon's gonna, maybe this one could go on here at some point. We'll save it. Maybe the foil hearts, but I don't know. I have doilies. I also have heart-shaped doilies, but I think they're gonna be the wrong shape, like the wrong heart shape. So I think it'll make more sense for me to cut my own. I don't know if that's gonna work right. Let's see. I think the goal is just like to get a bit of the doily texture, you know? It doesn't have to be perfectly shaped. That's pretty cute, but the problem is what I really like about this one is like I like these edges. Like I think there's something about that gives it more texture, you know? So maybe I will stick it like that. The other cool thing about doing this, like, and the easier way in my mind would be to do it not heart-shaped, to just make like a big round Valentine, because Fancy Nancy did that too. Where's the example? Or even a square one with just a heart in the middle, like a big giant Valentine. But you could also just do a circle. I think a circle one would be really pretty too. And then you could just like use the whole round doily and add like some scallops around it. And I'll report back after Valentines because I feel like everyone's gonna do something a little bit different. Okay, so now I've got those layers. What else do I wanna have on here? I definitely want some of these little pearls. Maybe they will go around this edge or something and then like meet in here. That could be cute. Let's see how this goes. I'm just gonna cut a little piece of these off. And they're all on a string, so I don't know if I can like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to bend it around the edge. Maybe I will. Oh yeah, it's nice that they're already stickers. Oh yeah, that's cute. This is heckin' cute. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to make 2 of these, and because if I give one to one daughter, the other one is going to be jealous. So I'm gonna have to do 2. Let's be honest, I'm gonna make like 10, but I'm gonna probably have to make 2 that look the same so that we don't have fights in the household. Can I just say, this might look childish, but I'm having so much fun with this. I actually can't wait to do this for Valentines. This is like perfect. Low pressure, low stakes, and even if you screw up the box, the chocolate is gonna be the redeeming factor. Really feel like I should be wearing a pink sweater right now. I am in love with this so far. Look how cute. We've got doilies, we've got foil, we've got scallops, we've got pearls. We need a bow, and then we need some letters. I feel like you could keep going forever and ever and ever on this. And one thing that I actually am going to try to find at the thrift store before Valentine's is some fabric. Any fabric with like pink and red. I feel like a little texture of fabric in there would be so nice. Okay, so we need a bow. Pink, red. I think it's red, right? Okay, here's red. Here's pink. You know what? I kind of love the pink. I'm curious though, from all of you, if you think red or pink. Give me your vote in the comments. Not that I think I'll change it after this, but I'm just curious if you guys agree with me on this one. It has a sticky on it, but I also have a glue gun here. Here's the thing, does this need one more layer of color on it? Like, do I need to put a foil heart over the doily before I put the letters on? Does it need this in the middle? Is that too many hearts? It might be perfect, to be honest. Or does it need a big red one in the middle? No, that's too much. If anything, it's this purple. This like really, is that pink or purple? I don't know. If anything, it's that. And then I'm not gonna stick it down yet because I'm gonna test it with the letters. You are cute. Okay, so that's what it looks like with the purple. Do I leave it like that? Or do I try and put it just on the white? Ooh, that's another tough call. I honestly kind of like it without this purple. So I'm gonna just do it like that. And I think it's actually kind of fun to like stick these on imperfectly. See if it'll stick on because it's not, oh my God. Oh my God. This is the messy part. You are, I kind of love how that R is sideways a bit. I am obsessed with this right now. The you are cute feels fitting if I decide to give these to my daughters. But I'm also thinking this is a very fun, easy craft for me to do with them, for them to give to their friends. Maybe on a smaller scale, maybe if I can find a smaller box of chocolates to use. Look how cute. I love this so much. This is really adorable. In retrospect, and when I do this for girls' night, I might put the scalloped part along this bottom edge. And then I'll have like a double texture, you know? And I could put something else, like I'll be able to put more on the top if that scallop is on the bottom. Maybe. Might be something for me to think about. But for now, there we go. Valentine number 1. There you have it. I think that you guys could tell I had a ton of fun with this, so I hope that you do too. And please share with me if you do end up making them. You can find me on Instagram at The Happy Ever Crafter and send me a DM, show me your creations. I would love to see them. In the meantime, I'm gonna link you to another video for Valentine's Day that I think you might like, and I hope to see you over there.